Hey everybody, welcome to Mic Drop Monday. I am Dr. Elisa Harney and I am so excited about tonight's segment. I'm excited about what I'm going to be teaching about, what I'm going to be talking about. I'm excited about what that's going to help do for us tonight. And so as you guys join, make sure that you're hitting that share button, make sure that you're inviting somebody who may need to hear this segment tonight. I'm so excited. First of all, let me just say that Mic Drop Monday is a segment of mine that I have been doing for the past about 4 years. And now, due to time constrictions, I have had to change it to where I'm able to do a Mic Drop Monday once a month. So I always try to kick off every month with the Mic Drop Monday. And it just so happens that it's the first and it's a Monday and it's Mic Drop Monday, the first day of March. And so I am super excited about what I get to talk about tonight. This is a place where we're real, where we're raw, where we're relevant, a place where I extend help, hope, and healing, a place where I help us to get positioned to prosper in our purpose. And so I am so excited. If this is your first time with me, if this is your first time on Mic Drop Monday, hello and welcome. Again, I'm Dr. Elisa Harney. I am a business strategist, a clarity strategist, and I'm the empowerment specialist. I help people get clear about who they are and what they're called to do. I help give us equipment to help us execute in excellence to get us results and to give us a roadmap to those results. And so I am excited tonight to empower us, to enlighten us, to equip us to the next level, to even educate us about some places of where we are and where we are going. So again, hello and welcome to all of you guys. I see you all. Even if you're watching the replay, hello, welcome. Thank you for joining. Make sure that you share because I believe that this is going to be something that's really going to help us as we move into our next. And so, again, I said that I'm very excited that we're kicking off the month with Mic Drop Monday because I get the opportunity to start the month off and share something. So tonight we're going to talk about something very interesting, which is, are you prepared for what you've been praying for? And the real title, the topic of tonight is, it's about time. So we're really going to be dealing with time tonight. But I want to focus on the result of time and what could happen if we're not positioned properly. We're not going to be able to profit. We're not going to be able to prosper. We're not going to be able to progress. And so we have to be able to recognize whether we are positioned properly to prosper, to profit, to proceed, because it's about time. And so tonight we're really going to deal with time because here it is, and I'll go ahead and just share this with you all. I shared it with my premium women's society, our K Club today earlier, but I will kind of say this to you guys. Thank you all that are joining. Thank you guys that are tagging and sharing. About the month of March. I've seen a lot of different people speak about March, and I am in agreement with all of that. I am in agreement for what I'm hearing, from what I'm seeing. It coincides with what I believe to be true in this hour. But I wanted to add a different perspective to it. It's the month of March, and I've heard a lot of people speak about March. There's going to be momentum. There's going to be manifestation. There's going to be miracles. There's going to be a whole lot of things that are going to happen in March. And listen, and I am in agreement with those things. I am definitely in agreement. One of the things that I heard personally was that March was opening the door for new assignments. And so that there were some things that we were going to have access to. There were going to be opportunities that were going to present themselves, whether they were opportunities that you've been praying about in the past, or whether they are things that are just going to be revealed to you for this month. And so as I've been thinking and really focusing and really praying and really just being still about hearing about this month of March, March is going to open the door for new assignments. And I want to hit on this real quick, and then I'm going to let it go. But one of the things that is is happening, I think, in the atmosphere is that a lot of people are experiencing right prior to March coming in this lull, this lag. It feels like lack. It feels like limitations. There are just all of these things that feels like I'm locked out. There's just what is going on. I don't understand why things. I don't see acceleration. I don't see activation. I don't see. It doesn't look as though this is what I was called to do. Why aren't things happening? Why aren't things opening? Why aren't things producing? What's happening prior to this month? See, we've got to make sure that we understand the preface to this thing right before there's been a lot of feelings as though we've not been able to like hit through this. It's like been a ceiling, a glass ceiling. It's like it's been a door that's been closed. And a lot of people like to hop right on to the good stuff, but we've got to recognize, because it's a setup. I need y'all to understand that all of it, even though you've maybe been feeling overwhelmed, locked out, limited, full of lack, it was a setup. Can you just type in the comments? It was a setup. It was a setup. I'm telling you all, it was a setup. And so there were some things. There was a testing. There was a progressing. There was a process that has been happening over the last couple of weeks that has been very daunting. If we want to tell the truth, it has made a lot of us feel like throwing in the towel, giving up. Did we hear correctly? Am I on the right track? I don't understand. But it was a setup. I want you all to understand it was a setup trying to throw you off. And this process that we're in the process of now, this process, it has been a place of process, has been a lot of it. The Bible says something like this: and when the fullness of time had come. See, I get excited about stuff like this. I know everybody else, may get excited about other stuff, but I get excited when I hear things like, but when the fullness of time had come. That means that all of the struggle, all of the stress, all of the overwhelm, all of the things that were trying to discredit us, to snatch us, to make us feel defeated, it was a setup. But when the fullness of time had come, there were some doors that were going to open. There were some things that are going to be manifested. One thing I know, and two things for sure, that the Bible says that as long as the earth shall remain, understand that if there's a seed, give it some time, and there shall be a harvest. And so we need to understand that this process that has been happening has been a place of preparation, a process. This place of preparation. Sometimes when you're in a place of preparation, it does not feel good. It looks like there's stagnation everywhere. It looks like all the doors are closed. It looks like you heard God wrong. It looks like everybody is against you. It looks like heaven has gotten silent and shut down, and hell has enlarged itself to come up and snatch all of the seeds out. But it was a setup. It was a setup for this month of momentum, this month of manifestation, this month of the miraculous. I'm here to tell you that some of the doors closed, not because it was you were done with it, or because you were doing something bad. It's because there's a new assignment that is opening itself up for you. Hear me, people. There's a new assignment. Some of you all were so focused on this one thing. You had tunnel vision about this one thing. You had all your eggs in this one basket. You had all of these hopes for this one thing, or you just didn't. You lost focus, and then that thing fell through, and you were like, you know what? I'm gonna throw it away. Don't worry about it. I must have missed it. I'm out of alignment. It's not gonna get any better than. But hear me. It was a setup, because there are some new assignments that will reveal themselves. There are some new opportunities, some new expansion, a different level of acceleration that is getting ready to come. And the reason why I am doing this particular Mic Drop Monday tonight is because I want to make sure that you are prepared for what you've been praying for. See, here is the thing that we have to understand. A lot of times we put so much emphasis on planting the seed, on sowing the seed, because we're looking for a harvest. But you've got to understand that in the fullness of time has come. come, when that harvest comes to fruition, you've got to have the tools to be able to reap. You've got to have storage to be able to keep. It's Mic Drop Monday, so I'm already dropping the mic better than y'all are in the comment section tonight. We always get so caught up. I just want to sow a seed, and I just want to hope for harvest, and I just want to sow a seed, and I just want to thank God that it's already done. No, there's another step in between all of that. There's another part that we miss sometimes in the middle of all of that. Are you prepared for the very things, I hope y'all sharing, that you are prepared praying for? And so a lot of the times we miss it. A lot of the times we get overwhelmed and we get knocked out, and we miss our moment. And we avoid, or we don't get access to these certain opportunities because we forgot to prepare for the very thing that we've been praying for. We forgot to say, wait a minute, I'm asking him for overflow, but do I have room? Have I cleaned out the closet? Have I gotten rid of all of the stuff right now that I'm hoarding? Because I can accept overflow when I'm hoarding things in the back room. I need to make sure that if I'm asking him for new, I've gotten rid of the old. I have to make sure that if he's putting me in these places, if I've asked him to enlarge my territory, do I have the capacity? Have I cleared my calendar? Have I became focused? Have I got rid of some of the dysfunctions that's causing me to default to destruction? Have I gotten those things out of the way? Because I have to make sure that in all of this miracle manifestation and much being the month of miracles and marching towards the next level, I need to make sure that I am prepared for what I've been praying for. And so for Mic Drop Monday, I wanted to do some equipping. I wanted to make sure that we are properly prepared to properly prepared to progress, properly prepared to present, properly prepared to propel ourselves into our purpose. Are we prepared for what we've been praying for? And so I in my K Club this morning, I taught on letting go. Now, y'all are not going to get that because you got to be inside my premium community, our K Club. But I do want to teach tonight about something even more important, or as important, and that has to do with it's about time. It's about time. And I need you to type this in the comments because I'm actually going to give you some PowerPoints for your purpose. But it's about time. It literally, hear me, y'all, it's literally about time. There has always been a mechanism for miracles, and that is time, when the fullness of time had come. And so it's about time. We miss it because we're just looking at the manifestation. We're looking at the miracles. We're looking at the momentum, but I need to make sure that we're properly prepared to profit and that we're properly prepared to prosper. It's about time. And if we miss this message, we're going to miss our moment. If we miss this message, let me say it again for y'all in the back. Thank you for joining, and thank you guys for sharing. If we miss this message, we're going to miss our moment. It's about time. It does not matter how long you've prayed, how long you've sowed and believed and had faith. I need you to understand that at the end of the day, it's about time. It's about time. Whether you're looking at this thing personally, whether you're looking at this thing professionally, whether you're looking at this thing prophetically, because I speak to every one of those arenas, hear me, it's about time. And I'm going to tonight give you some practical protocols so that you can profit, some practical protocols so that you can progress, some practical protocols so that you can prosper. But it's about time. And tonight we're going to deal with time. So let me get into my teaching mode. Y'all know that's just what I love to do. And y'all go ahead and shout at me in the comments, teach Dr. E, because I'm really about to break this thing down. I don't want us to miss our moment. I don't want us to get so caught up and so mesmerized by the momentum and so mesmerized by the miraculous and so mesmerized by the manifestation that we miss the moment and we miss the element that's going to shift us into the realm of overflow and harvest when we don't take time to understand that this is about time. I hear y'all in the comments, so y'all know I'm really about to teach. So first of all, let me talk about something something, because one of the things that we have to always have is awareness. You all know that my methodology is to help us do internal inventory, and then we do an environmental evaluation, and then we do an atmosphere assessment. So we have to know what's going on the inside of us, because those things can get us off. Those things can cause us to miss our moment. We have to know what's going on around us, because we could be connected to the wrong people. We could be connected to the wrong situation. And then we have to know what's over us. We have to make sure that there isn't anything in the atmosphere that's oppressing us and that's causing us to miss our moment. And so we're going to take a moment, and I want to give you guys some things, and then I'm going to teach a little bit. I thank you guys for coming on. Thank you for sharing, because I'm literally off the chain tonight. I want you to understand that one of the things that we waste the most is our time. I don't care how powerful, how pretty, how profitable, how prophetic you might be. I can guarantee you that all of us have been and are guilty of wasting time. I'm going to give you a couple of the biggest time wasters that's out there. And then I'm going to put some steps on the screen to help you reclaim that time, because in order to walk in the manifestations and the miraculous and the momentum that's happening in March, in order to be able to activate and accelerate in these new assignments, you need to understand that we waste time. So I'm going to give you a couple of the biggest time wasters in the world. I think I'm going to give you about 20, but I'm going to go through them. So I hope you guys are taking notes. And then I'm going to give you just a few of ways of how to reclaim your time. Number one, and thank you again for joining. I'm Dr. E, the Empowerment Specialist. This is Mic Drop Monday, a place of help, hope, and healing, a place where I give you practical protocol to help you progress in your purpose. And so tonight we're dealing with It's About Time. Are you prepared for what you've been praying for? So let's deal with the elephant in the room. Right? How do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time. So let's bite this elephant and make sure we get to the root of the matter. Some of the biggest time wasters. Number one, compulsive busyness. Compulsive busyness. You're just going from one task to another, from one thing to another. You start and then you look and you say, oh, here's something else I need to do. And then you go to the next thing and you're like, oh goodness, I can't take a break right now. Because listen, and if it's you, give me an ouch in the comments so I can know I'm talking to you. Just compulsive busyness, just jumping from, I see y'all in the comments, just jumping from task to task, just going from one thing to another. You know, in school, they used to call it busy work, but even as adults, we just do that. It's like we don't want to feel idle. We don't want to feel ineffective. And so we're always out here wasting time by jumping from task to task. Oh, I see the ouches in the comments. And that's compulsive busyness. When we jump from, it's just compulsive. We don't even know why we're doing what we're doing. We got these fake timelines in our head, just compulsive business. You're just all over the place for no reason at all. It's a time waster. Number two, the second time waster that's stealing our time is obsession with social media. Now listen, all of us love social media. It's a way that we connect. It's a way that we engage. It's a way that we get information. But obsession with it, all your notifications on all of the time. You following everybody. You know the latest trends everybody's out there doing. You just making sure that CNN is not going to give an update without you knowing about it. And not just them, you're going to always make sure that, so I got that app. So it's not that I can't just watch it on my TV. No, I need to put all of these apps on my phone because I need to make sure I get to them right away. Obsession. See, here's what we don't like to say. Oh, I'm not obsessed. I just like to look at. Obsession is when you have this habitual drawing towards something to where you can't look away. You can, but only for a second, and you got to get right back to, as if they're paying you to be on there. So we have to understand that we'll do these things. We'll have an obsession with social media that draws us to a place of inactivity. Number three, checking your emails every 15 minutes. You just always checking your email. Let me see if anybody sent me an email. Y'all know doggone well most of it is spam and some of it is promotion material, because you apply for everything and you buy everything online and then you sign up for their default email marketing list. 90% of what's coming in that email is stuff you do not want anyway. And you didn't take the time to unsubscribe for the stuff because you're thinking you might need it at some point in the future. So you're just holding on to it. Why? I hope I'm stepping on toes. I need the ouches in the comments if that's you. Just checking for what? and then have the audacity to have 4 or 5 different email addresses. Why? Why? If you're not running a business and if you don't have one that's connected to something else, for what? What are you trying to do? Number 4, unorganized meetings. Oh, man, unorganized meetings. It is a time waster. You just call a meeting. I need to meet with y'all. With something we gotta deal with. Didn't come with an agenda. Don't have an itinerary. And let me just say, if you're the person calling the meetings and the people in the comments are saying, "Ouch," I'm talking to you. If you have unorganized, you wasting folks' time when you don't have it together. Unorganized meetings, just out here talking about random. So what y'all been up to today? Well, yeah. Let me just. I was just thinking about some stuff. And can I just throw this in? Not just because we're in the age of social media. So let me adapt that a little bit. These unorganized live segments, just unorganized, just pop up. I didn't have nothing to say. I just want to just pop on here and kind of see hey, that's a time waster. Our time is very valuable. It's one of the few things I can get back. So if you're going to pop up, have something to say. Have at least something that's going to entertain or encourage or effectuate or educate or elevate. Have something planned, postured for those of us who have other stuff to do but want to give you an ear. I'm trying to help us. When it's a lack of organization, when there's no structure to it. I just taught something in my new Building Boardroom Brilliance. And if you have not been a part of that, you need to make sure, if you are a leader and you want to expand your leadership capacity, if you run a business and you're really trying to take it with your team and your staff to the next level, you need to go over to YouTube and you need to subscribe to my channel. There's a playlist called Building Boardroom Brilliance. And so I have a lot of stuff that's coming to help you all. So make sure you're subscribed to that. But I just did a segment on there and I was talking about a lack of systems leads to a lack of sanity. And having an itinerary is a way for us to have some sanity, because there's a structure there that keep us from going off on a tangent, going off on the deep end. It's a system, unorganized meeting. Know what you're going to talk about before you start talking, so that you just don't lag on and just go to the left. It's about time. Number 5, the 5th thing that's a time waster is winging it. Oh, yeah. For those of you all that are chronic procrastinators, I am an ex-procrastinator, so I can speak to this. Got the t-shirt and everything. Just out here winging it. I've said this since 2017. You can't wing it and win. See, what fools us is sometimes we've tried to wing it and it happened to work itself out. And so we have this false narrative that it's okay if I just wait to the last minute and just jump up and make it do what it do. That's a false narrative. Hear me. You can't wing it. Winging it is going to be a time waster, because what has to happen is now you've got to find your rhythm. Now you've got to I'm just going to make it up as I go. That's wasting time. Now you got to walk around and look crazy. Listen, that's a time waster. Stop winging it and get you some structure, some systems, and a strategy. Ouch and amen. All right, number 7. Now, this is a big time waster. Surfing TV. Now, I don't watch TV, so that's not an issue for me. But I will tell you what gets me. My family, we love to watch movies when we can find the time, because a lot of us are really busy. So when we can come together, we like to watch movies. But y'all, truth plus transparency equals transformation. So let me just tell the truth. We will sit there and spend 45 minutes to an hour looking at previews and going on all of the different. Well, first we got to check Netflix, then we got to check Hulu, then we got to check Disney, then we got to check Amazon Prime. We just looking, wasting time. By the time we found a movie, we've already wasted the movie time, right? And so surfing, anything that you're just kind of going through trying to see, that's that lack of planning. So now what I have to tell my family is, I need you guys to already have in mind, you bring a movie idea, that way we only have about 4 or 5 that we go and look at instead of just surfing. It's a time waster. Number 8, and this is a big one: clutter. Acquiring things that you don't need. Clutter is a time waster. Why? Because at some point, you're going to have to get to something that you can't get to. And now you've got to move things out of the way. You've got to figure out how to navigate through it. Clutter. Clutter is a time waster. And so when you are acquiring things that you don't need, now at some point it's in the back of your mind. I got to go through all of that stuff and weed through it and look to see what I need. Instead of, as you're getting, do I need this? Before I even put it up, my daughter has this tactic that she has to do with me. When I get ready to try to keep something, she'll say, hey, give me a reason. And I'm like, what? Give me a reason. If you can't give me a reasonable reason why you're keeping that, let's let it go away. You're just hanging on to stuff and it's going to create chaos later, right? I just did in that same Building Boardroom Brilliant segment, I talked about sometimes we create a culture of chaos as leaders, as people, as entrepreneurs, as business owners. We inadvertently create a culture of chaos. We're not trying to, but sometimes that chaos is created by clutter. Number 9, and we all know this is a big one, procrastinating. Time waster. And we know this, but let me just add this to it. Why is number 8? I'm on number 9. Why is number 9, which is procrastinating, such a time waster? It's because it's a lack of self-discipline. Procrastination means you lack discipline in an area of personal development where you do not know how to say, I have to do this then, and I have to do this then, and I can't do this. My husband says this all of the time. Do what you have to do before you do what you want to do. Ouch. And that thing marinated with me over when the fullness of time had come, that set in my soul. And I was able to move out of procrastination. Number 10, worrying. Did you not know that worrying is a time waster? When you are sitting and you're just allowing your thoughts to just run away and you're just anticipating things that may never show up, that may never manifest, it's a time waster. You're just creating unnecessary emotional duress and stress because you want to worry about it. I just want my emotions. I can't think about it. Most times when you are worrying, I'll take the ouches in the comments. You're not eating, you're not sleeping, you're not studying, you're not working, you're not praying, you're just worrying. And so it stagnates you. It anchors you in an atmosphere. Woo, y'all heard that? Worrying anchors you in an atmosphere. And so we have to make sure that we're able to identify worrying as a time waster. Number 11, and this is the cousin to procrastination, and it is perfectionism. And so trying to make sure or pursuing perfection is one of those things that will always waste your time, because I've said this all of the time. Perfectionism is a fallacy. There is no such thing because there is only one that is perfect. And so what we do is we have this image in our head about everything working out perfectly, and there's a perfect condition. There's a scripture that I love. I have to go find it. But it basically says, if you worry about the weather and you never plant the seed, you will never reap a harvest. That's perfectionism. I'm trying to wait until the right climate, the right atmosphere, the right conditions. Everything has to be perfect. Everything has to line up, line upon line, and precept upon precept. And this is not, thank you guys for the ouches. And I can't do it until it becomes perfect. Guess what? You'll never do it. It's a time waster because there's no such thing. Or in reality, there's a phrase called it, but there in reality, because we can just say, well, that's just a perfect picture, or this is a perfect day. Well, beauty is in the eye of the beholder. And so you project it as perfection, but somebody else might say, it's a little too hot for me. It's a little too cold. And so we're pursuing something that doesn't exist in this reality. And so we have to make sure, we have to make a point that we're not pursuing perfectionism. It's a time waster. Number 12, and this is a big one, trying to be what you see. Ouch. Trying to be what you see. That's trying to mimic somebody else, trying to duplicate somebody else's destiny, trying to immerse yourself into somebody else's identity. It is a time waster. Hear me. Listen, thank you. Ecclesiastes 11:4. You have to understand that if you wait for the perfect time and you never plant your seed, you will not reap your harvest. So listen, trying to be what you see. It's okay to reverence somebody. It's okay to respect them. It's okay to admire them. It's okay to even be inspired by them to do something else. But what happens is, well, a lot of the time we try to be what we see. Some people only post what looks perfect. No, everybody doesn't believe like I believe that truth plus transparency equals transformation. They don't take you along the ride with them to see the highs, the lows, the hits, and the misses. So sometimes if you're comparing yourself, or if you're trying to create this copy of something that you see, you're going to be wasting a lot of time, because you don't know what it took for that person to do what they do. You don't know the intricacies of their internal infrastructure that's causing them to create and produce and succeed. And so when you're looking on the outside, you can be setting yourself up to an unrealistic standard because you don't understand the other components of what they've created. And so we have to make sure that we're not in a place of trying to be what we see, because all of the time what we see is not reality. It's Mic Drop Monday, so I'm dropping the mic. I hope I'm helping. Let me pivot real quick. If this is helping you guys, if this is giving you guys some inspiration, some insight, some instruction, some information, can you put a number 1 in the comments? I just want to make sure that this is hitting home, that this is really helping the people that I feel as though I am called to serve, to help. Yeah, I'm off the chain tonight. And so if you're getting some insight, if this is really resonating with you, you can just put a number 1 in the comments. I don't want to make you type anything that's going to be too strenuous, but if you can just let me know, I appreciate you guys. I see you in the comment section. Thank you so much. Because I really I'm not a time waster, and I don't want to waste your time or mine. And so I really want to make sure that this is helping us to go to the next level. Let's see. I stopped at number 12. Number 13. A time waster, negative thinking about your current situation. When you are always problem prone. Yeah, let me just make it number 13, being problem prone. If you are prone to seeing the problems, if you are a perpetual pessimist, if you're always like somebody says something good or you should do this, and immediately, and you try to say, I'm just a realist, I just like to know. If you are a perpetual pessimist, if you are always looking at the problems, if you are always saying, you know what, I don't think that shit. I can't see where that's not gonna happen. Just perpetual, always looking at the problems. You're problem prone. You've got to make the shift from being problem prone to solution oriented. You've got to look at it as a challenge, not a problem. This is going to challenge me to think outside of the box. This is going to challenge me to upgrade my efforts. This is going to challenge me to do something outside of what's comfortable for me. And so this is not a problem. This is a challenge. And so I've got to now be solution oriented in order to be able to overcome this. I say this all of the time, and I feel the need to say it here. God is not trying to stress you. He's trying to stretch you. He's not trying to stress you. He's trying to stretch you. And what happens if we are problem prone, if we're always looking at the problem, then we always get stressed out. Oh Lord, why did this happen? I'm so stressed out. No, he's not trying to stress you. He's trying to stretch you. He's trying to make sure that you're prepared for what you've been praying for. He's trying to make sure that you're properly positioned so you can profit, so you can prosper, and so you can progress to the next level. And so we've got to shift our mindset to we're not problem prone, but we are solution oriented. I'm going to keep going because I want to make sure that I give you guys these ways to reclaim your time so you can get prepared for this. Let's see. I'm going to do just a few more. Let's see. Here's another one. Drama. Unnecessary drama is a time waster. Hear me and hear me well. Unnecessary drama is a time waster. And when I say unnecessary, I'm talking about you still having conversations that y'all were having these same conversations 3 years ago. They're still calling and venting about the same situation that you've already gave them a potential solution to, that they haven't even enacted the solution you gave them a week ago at just unnecessary drama, calling people into your atmosphere that's bringing drama with them, that's bringing unnecessary anxiety and angst to your atmosphere. My granny said, I'm teaching real good tonight. And so unnecessary drama, what happens is, that's why I said you do an internal investigation, but then you do an environmental evaluation. What's around me? What are you bringing when you come in my territory? What do you bring with you when you get inside of my atmosphere? You want to know how you can tell if unnecessary drama is coming into your atmosphere? Does the what lingers when they leave? Man, I just got to stop and say that. If you want to understand whether or not somebody is bringing unnecessary drama into your atmosphere, what lingers when they leave? When they leave your presence, are you still carrying a weight? When they leave your presence, are you not feeling uneasy? When they leave your presence, do you now have the burden? Do you now wear the cross? When they leave your presence, are you now trying to think of a solution to their issue? When they leave your presence, now all of a sudden you so overwhelmed, you got to go to the rock that's higher than high. You just got, what happens? How do you know if somebody is bringing unnecessary drama into your presence? What lingers when they leave? We've got to understand that this is a time waster, and this is going to keep us from being prepared for the very thing that we've been praying for. The next one I'm going to talk about is band-aids and temporary fixes. Band-aids and temporary fixes. Last Wednesday, and again, make sure you guys, if you are a leader, if you're in leadership, if you're a business owner, if you have a business, a company, you want to make sure you're tuned in every Wednesday at 1:00 on Facebook or YouTube for my Building Boardroom Brilliant series for building leadership capacity. But one of the things I talked about, and I think I had a post up today about your business is not a vending machine. Band-aids and temporary fixes is the same thing as what happens when you're looking at a movie and you see a vending machine and it doesn't work, and somebody has put their money in and nothing comes out, and they keep pressing the button and they're like, I just wasted my money. See the waste. And then somebody else who lives there or who works there, they're like, oh, hold on, let me help you. And then they bang and then they shake and then they hit it 2 times and all of a sudden what they need comes out. See, that's a band-aid. That's a temporary fix. Do you know why they would rather be on it? Because they know that it's going to cost money to be able to fix it. They know that we're going to have to halt production for a second because I've got to get to the root of this issue. And what we like to do a lot of the times is like to gloss over stuff, and we like to glaze over stuff, and we hope that it's not going to come around again. And so we just try to keep riding it through. But what really happens is sooner or later, you're going to get right back to that very thing. Sooner or later, you're going to have to deal with it. Sooner or later, you're going to have to face it. You can't fix what you won't face. And so if I won't look at it, if I won't acknowledge it, if I won't confront it, it's going to come back around. I hope I'm helping. I'm going to give you a few more, and then I'm going to stop and give you guys ways to reclaim your time, because I really want to make sure that I empower you, that I equip you, that I educate, that I elevate you so that you can get to the next level and not miss this month of momentum. But here's the thing. Here's a thing that keeps us, that is really a time waster: regrets and resentment. That's the last one I'm going to give you as far as a time waster. Regrets and resentment. When you live in the realm of regret, when you live in the realm of resentment, it's a time waster. You're resentful because you didn't get to do something that you wanted to do. And now somebody else is living your best life. Somebody else, that should have been me. And that could have been me had I not spent all my time with him or with them, or trying to make sure. And so you're resentful. Now you got an attitude. Now you can't even be happy, because when you see somebody else, you're just saying, I can't believe I let them take that from me. I can't believe I let them do me that. I can't believe. That's living in the realm of resentment. And then regret is right there, the sister to it. Regret. I can't believe I did that. I can't believe, I wish I had not have done it. I wish I would have made a different choice. I wish I would have done something quicker. I wish I would have went ahead and took responsibility for that. Hear me. Our past is a place of reference, not a place of relevance. And it's certainly not a place of residence. I'm going to say that again. Our past It's only a place of reference. I just refer back to it when I'm trying to tell people how far I've gone. But it is not a place of relevance. It's not relevant to what I'm trying to pursue right now. And it's not a place of residence. I don't live there anymore. I've been saying this for the last 4 years. My past has passed. My past has passed. My past has passed. I don't live in the realm of regret. I refuse to live in the realm of resentment because it is a time waster. And so I hope that that was some good teaching, because now I'm going to give you guys some takeaways. How do you reclaim your time? I remember Auntie Maxine made this popular a few years ago, reclaiming her time. She was on the courtroom floor and somebody, and she was speaking and somebody interrupted her. And she said, wait a minute, I understand that there's something that we can say. We can say, no, I reclaim my time. Give me my time back. No, you're going to get that belongs to me and I'm not going to waste it. And so how do we reclaim our time? Because I said at the beginning that it's about time. All of this is about time. And so I'm going to give you guys a few ways, 10 ways to reclaim your time. And then that's going to be my time. Okay. And so I hope that this is going to be helpful. Number one, the first way to reclaim your time is to conduct a time audit. Conduct a time audit. What is a time audit? Well, let me just say it like this. You know, the same way that you know what your ex is doing, and the same way you know what those people that you don't fool with anymore are doing. You know how you stalk them, and you know about what people are wearing and what they're eating and where did they go for vacation. I need you to stalk your time the way you stalk that. Yeah, you know how you stocking a good sale and you keep checking that item, because I know I stalked a Versace watch forever. It still hadn't went on sale. But you know how it is when you're looking at something and you check back to see if anything has changed. I need you to conduct a time audit. You need to figure out, where is my time going? Because my time is supposed to be married to me, and it's cheating. And so my time is getting away from me. So I need to do some investigation. I need to snoop. I need to figure out, where is my time going? And so complete a time audit. Conduct a time audit. Go find out, where is your time going? How do you do that? Well, what you can do, and this is, it sounds like it is a waste of time, but it actually is going to help you to recognize where your time is. You get up and you start tracking, or you sit down and you think through your day and think about, what time did I get up? Write that down. What did I do at 10 o'clock? Write it down. How long did I eat? How long did I go out to eat? How long was I shopping? How long was I on the internet? Conduct a time audit. I guarantee you'll find out how your time was cheating on you. I guarantee you will have an aha moment if you never do again. So the first thing I want you to do is conduct a time audit. It's going to be very helpful. Secondly, and this is something really important, set your internal clock. So this is something that a lot of people don't teach us, but setting our internal clock is making sure our bodies have to have a certain rhythm. Our bodies operate by having rhythm. Do you know how it is when you have a new baby and they tell you that you have to put your baby on a schedule? You have to teach that baby what is daytime, what is nighttime. You have to put them on a schedule. Those of you out that follow me know I have a new baby. It's a almost 12-week old mini golden doodle, all black, named Cheddar. And so one of the things that we're trying to do with Cheddar is that we're trying to condition him to a schedule so that he does not feel like he can do what he wants to do all day and eat whenever he pleases. But that's setting your internal clock. It's internal conditioning. How do you do that? You put a clock in every room. Y'all, clocks don't cost a lot of money. You can go get one from Dollar General, $5, $7. The more clocks you see, the more likely you'll be aware of time. Even if you're not having to look for them, it creates an awareness. Checking time regularly. I know for a long time, I didn't want to wear a watch. Like, I hated wearing watches. I was like, I don't do watches. But it keeps me, when I broke the spirit of procrastination off of my life, the first thing that I did was I got a watch, because I need to make sure that I'm aware of time. If I'm in session, I have a clock, a timer at the top. Even in Mic Drop Monday, even though I don't have to be done at a certain time, I like to make sure that I'm always aware of time, because there is a certain a time limit that I like to give myself. And so making sure that you're setting your internal clocks, make sure that you're asking yourself, how much time am I spending with this? Because a lot of the times you don't know when that time is up because you don't have an indicator that's making you aware of that time. So you've got to take the time to set your internal clock. The third thing that we don't do very well is schedule our time. Now, this is very important for scheduling our time. It is something that we have to pay a lot of attention to. So understand that one of the things that that is noted in the philosophy of time wasting is that if there is a lack of external cues that helps us get into a rhythm of time, we'll become what they call free running, which is when we out here trying to wing it. And so how do I schedule my time? I create an agenda. I know right now what I'm doing for the rest of this week. Now, don't get me wrong. I can pivot from it. And there may be some times where I have to go in and change and adjust some things. But there is an awareness of my schedule for the rest of the week. Do you know that saves me from saying yes to everything, knowing how to say no? It's because when I used to be a procrastinator and when I used to be a hero, try to be a shero, I didn't know how to say no. Now that I have my schedule, now that I schedule my time, if somebody asks me for something, I can look at my physical calendar and let me pull up my Google calendar. I don't have time. Nope. I don't have the time because I'm aware of it now. A lot of the times you think you have time because you're not aware of the time, because you have not scheduled your time. So when you're going into a week, I don't care if you don't have a certain job. I don't care if you just schedule your time. I promise you, it's going to help position you to prosper when you become aware. Number 4, here's another one. Stop procrastinating. This is just a big one. Stop. Because what happens with procrastination is it shows us that we don't have discipline. But what we have to do when it comes to procrastinating is do the hardest thing first. We always try to save the worst for last, and we like to go ahead and get to the sweet stuff, the stuff that we like to do. Or we say, this isn't the stuff I like to do, so I don't want to get to it right now. And when I realized that my procrastination had everything to do with, there was a part in the process that I didn't like, that I was confused about, that it wasn't joyful for me. I waited to the last minute because I didn't want to deal with that one thing. But when I learned how to do the hardest thing first, when I learned how to take that thing, which is the hardest, and dissect it or ask somebody to help position me or structure me through it, then I was able, and I'm glad this is helping, then I was able to do a better job at moving forward and not wasting my time. Number 5, and this is a huge one, don't be an interruption magnet. Don't be an interruption magnet. So what is an interruption magnet? It is if you have all of your notifications on. All of them. So that means you could be working and you could be concentrating on something, and then we call it pop-up paralysis. It's like when something pops up, now all of a sudden I get paralyzed. I can't pop-up paralysis. What? I got a notification on my phone. So now I'm paralyzed. I can't even move forward because I got to see what this notification says. Don't be an interruption magnet. Make sure when I'm in session, my phone is on do not disturb. Tonight, my phone is on do not disturb. When I'm working on something, and there are apps now that have silent mode that can put things in a place to where you won't be distracted by them. Don't be an interruption. If you have to hang one of my coaching clients, one of my premium clients, she's on tonight. She had to get to the point where she finally put a sign on her door when she was in session with me to tell her family, do not disturb. Unless somebody bleeding or dying, don't knock on this door. This is my time to do something that I'm supposed to do. So are you an interruption magnet? Do you not set parameters for people? I always say this, you need protocol. You need best practices for yourself. You give people access without instruction. You can't call me between these hours, or don't call me before 10 o'clock. Don't call me. Or if you really want my attention with something, if it's something that you can text me and ask me if I'm available before you call, so that you don't call me, get an attitude because I didn't answer. Or if you call me and because I don't know how to not say no to you, I'm distracted from what I was working on. So don't be an interruption magnet. Make sure that you have not inadvertently put yourself into an atmosphere of interruption. It's going to be very critical that you do this. Now, this is going to sound easy, but it is not. Just say no. A lot of the times you don't know how to say no because you don't have reinforcements, because you don't schedule your time, because you're out here trying to wing it, because you haven't planned your day, because you haven't been mindful of what you need to execute. Then when somebody asks you for something, it's easy to say yes. But if you do what I'm talking about doing, if you literally break down the tasks, the things which you wish to accomplish. If you literally take your atmosphere and say it won't be interrupted because there's something that I need to do, you don't feel guilty now of saying no. You feel empowered to say no because you actually have something else to do. You can say, you know what, I really would like to, but I just looked at my schedule. I won't have the time to get it. I won't be able to complete it in time. Maybe next time. Or, you know what, my agenda doesn't even make room for that. So thank you for the invitation. Thank you for thinking of me, but I'm not available at that moment. Or, oh, I've already put something on the schedule. I already have something planned. I already have something I'm working towards. So I won't be able to do it this time. Just saying no, you are empowered to do that when you make use of your time. Number 7, and this is just important, notify yourself when that time is up. You need a marker for how long you're going to do something so that you don't lose track of time. If you're going to be on the internet, put a timer on to let yourself know, hey, that my time is up with that. I won't be able to do that. I won't be, that's it. I'm over it. I can't do that past this time. You can set timers for yourself. I got the idea from my daughter, who she loves YouTube. Before she went to college and she was here, and she would come into my room and she would say, okay, I guess it's time to talk to you. And I said, why is it time to talk? And she said, oh, because I have an app timer that after I set it to where if I've been on YouTube for more than an hour, there's a notification that pops up that says, hey, you're about to exceed your limit for today. So you need to stop and give yourself a rest before you come back around. And so you have to notify yourself, quit when it's time to quit. Stop when it's time to stop. Be finished when it's time to be finished. I'm just going to work on it 5 more minutes. And then it's 15 more minutes. And then an hour. And then next thing you know, it's 2:00 in the morning and you got to be back up at 8:00. No, notify yourself that time is up. I'm hoping I'm giving y'all practical protocol because I want you guys not to miss the moment. I want you to make sure that you're prepared and positioned to get whatever's coming to you when that time has happened, the things that you're praying for. If you don't put this into practice, you may miss it. Here's another one. I'm going to give you guys these last 3. Revamp your atmosphere. Revamp your atmosphere. And when I say atmosphere, I'm actually talking about quite a few things: people, places, things, ideas. If you want to get your time back, you need to do that external evaluation and you need to ask yourself a real question. Is this person a time waster? Are they a distraction from my destiny? Is this environment conducive for me to progress and to do well? Or am I around a bunch of people who like being lazy, who like wasting time? Am I around or I'm connected to a lot of people who like to talk about it but don't like to be about it? Or have I surrounded myself in environments of excuses, and so every time I wish to do things I don't do it? Am I around people that pacify my perfectionism and pacify my procrastination, that say don't worry about it, if it's to be, it's gonna be, don't worry about it, just pray about it, don't move forward in it? No, revamp your atmosphere. There may be people that you are going to have to reposition. One more time for the people in the back. There may be people that may need repositioning. They're too close to the inner court. They're too close to the Holy of Holies. You've got to put them at the outer courts because right now they're too much of a distraction. And so revamp your atmosphere. Is your space to work? Do you have a designated space to work? Is it too cluttered? Is it too full of things that distract you? I remember when my office used to be in my bedroom, it was my desk. And I remember I would be sitting at my desk and I couldn't work because I looked over to the side and the laundry basket would be sitting over there. And so I would be like, you know what? I got to go do laundry. And then I will have to go through the kitchen to go do the laundry. But now I'm in the kitchen and I'm thinking, did I take out something to eat? And then I'm thinking, you know what? I forgot to wash the dish. And next thing you know, hours have went by. And so sometimes you have to revamp your atmosphere and create a space for you to produce, create a space for you to create a space for you to focus. You have to get you a little nook, get you a little space that's distraction free, and change your atmosphere. Sometimes, because if you're going to work, if you're going to designate a certain time of day that you're working every day, listen, put your phone on do not disturb. You are not God. You are not Jesus Jr. You are not Mrs. Christ or Mr. Christ. You are not JC the second, and he does not need your help to perform miracles. If you miss the call, if there is an emergency, I guarantee you the right people will get to you. I guarantee you you're going to get the opportunity to come back around, but you've got to give yourself permission to focus, to prepare, to purge, to get away. Create a space. You've got to move away. I don't care if it's your family, if it's your friends, if it's the refrigerator, or if it's the TV. Get yourself in a position, find you a place where you can focus, where you can concentrate, where you are not distracted by things that's going to get you out of your purpose. I am off the chain tonight. It's the first Monday of the month, and it's the first day of the month, and I'm all off the chain. Last two, number 9, ask for help. If you're overwhelmed, if you're inundated, if you are in a place where you feel like you're suffocating under the weight of something you're trying to do, and you don't have the capacity or the capability to do it yourself, ask for help. See who can assist you. If you need a time out, hey, can you watch the kids for a second? Hey, can you take care of this? Can you conduct this meeting for me because I need to just go to sleep? Hey, can you come? I know I told such and such I was going to do it, but you know what? I physically don't feel good. I need a timeout. Can you go for me? Or, hey, I know I told you I was going to go, but I'm not going to be able to go. I need you to go ahead and help me and step in and kind of get this done because I can't do it. Ask for help. You have permission to ask for help. You have permission to say, no, I can't do this. I need some support. I need somebody else. I need somebody that can duplicate my efforts. I cannot do this. I cannot stand under the weight of this. I've been teaching about this in my Building Boardroom Brilliant series. You can have the compassion, but not the capacity. Leaders, I'm talking to you. You can have the compassion, but lack the capacity. Yeah, you got a heart to heal and a heart to help and a heart to do all of this, but you don't have the capacity. You are only one person, one house, one structure, and there is a weight limit. And so you need to understand when you are at capacity. And so you have to be able to say, hey, I need some help. I was going to try to do all of this by myself, but I don't. And you would be surprised at how many people would just be like, oh, okay, no problem. I got it. Oh, I can handle it. Yeah, sure. I can step in. What? You thought the earth was going to stop turning. You thought the mountains were going to fall. No, the world will still keep spinning. Ask for help. I need some help. I need a timeout. I said this earlier, I think the weekend, I forgot, I did a segment, I did a pop-up, and I was talking about how to be okay when you're not okay. And I said, you have permission to pause. Can you type this in the comment as an affirmation? I have permission to pause, to P-A-U-S-E. I have permission to pause, because sometimes we're waiting for people to give us permission. But I want you to make an audible affirmation and give yourself permission. I have permission to pause. I'm not stopping. I'm not quitting. I'm not throwing in the towel, but I do have permission to pause. I just need to push the pause, but it'll be there when I get back. They'll be there when I get back. There'll be some other people I can help. There'll be some other needs I can attend to, but I have permission to pause. I've got a time. Even Jesus rested. He paused. Even he said, no, I need to get away. Yeah, these thousands of people are following me and I'm feeding them and I'm teaching them, but let me go off on an island by myself. They can wait. Yeah, I know I have a destiny to fulfill. I know I'm only here for a limited time, but I need a break. I have permission to pause. I do. Release yourself from that obligatory environment. I have permission to. I see y'all in the comment section. And last but not least, this helps reinforce this notion. Recognize that time is limited. Time is limited. The Bible says, work while it is day, for when the night comes, no man can work. Night is figurative right here. While you have the capacity to do what it is you need to do for yourself, for your purpose, position yourself to prosper. Make sure that you're not wasting time. Make sure that the sun is not going down on your lack of efforts. Make sure that you understand that while it is day, while I have my life, my health, my strength, while I have my sanity, while I'm in my right mind, while I'm in a place where I'm not incapacitated, I need to understand that time is limited. It's limited. It's not going to last forever. It's not a well that will never run dry. No, not time. Time is limited. And so we have to work while it is day. We have to make sure that our efforts are not exhausted. We have to make sure that we are intentional about what we decide to do. Our time is limited. That's why I don't waste words. That's why I don't waste my worth. That's why I don't waste my work. That's why I don't waste my wisdom, because my time is limited. And before I decide to pour, to invest, to spend that time, because it's invaluable, I've got to make sure that I understand I got a limit. You got a few minutes to speak to me. You got a few minutes to waste. Yes, I'm going to talk. Yes, I love my family. I love to laugh. I love to catch up. I love to take time to watch. But even when I'm spending time with my family, I recognize that I just can't wing it. What time are we going to watch the movie? I need to be finished by a certain time, and we need to be finished. The last movie, however many we watching, it needs to be over by this time, because I got to go to bed, because I got to be up early. So my time is limited, and I've learned how to control it so it does not control me. Listen, guys, I'm Dr. E. I hope that this has been a night of instruction, impartation, information, and inspiration. I hope that this has been some wisdom that can help you in every facet of your life, whether it's personally, whether it's prophetically, whether it's professionally. My desire is that you came and you got clarity, you got some comprehension, you got some confidence to move forward in what you are going to do. Again, I believe that the month of March is indeed an opportunity of accelerated and new assignments, that there are new opportunities and new things that are going to be available. But if we are not positioned to prosper, if we have not prepared for what we've been praying for, we will miss our moment. And so I hope that this wisdom was able to be beneficial to you all. If it was, make sure that you put a comment, put a post up, put it in your IG story, share it. Make sure you go watch the replay or subscribe to the YouTube channel. Tell somebody else about it, and stay connected. I have, if you thought that this teaching, thank you guys so much, was amazing. I am going to be doing a really, really, really important, I really want to give y'all the title, but I'm not, but I'm going to be doing an important, training, an actual training in a few weeks. I'll be announcing it hopefully this week. Now, it is an investment training. I try to come and do things like this for free because I want to make sure that everybody gets what they need. But if you are a leader, if you are in business, if you are a pastor, if you oversee people, if you are in an environment where you work with people and you've been dealing with any level of any type of interruption, you feel a something, and or you don't know if something is going on, or you feel a certain kind of way around other people, this might be one of the biggest investments, or it's not a huge investment, but most vital investments that you might need to make in this training. So stay connected. Make sure that you have your notifications. Now, you put my notifications on because I don't pop up every day. I have a very segmented time and a specific time that I come on, but stay connected because I'm going to be doing a training that's going to be such an eye opener, and it's a private training that you'll have to register for, but you're going to get everything you need. And I believe that it's going to position you to profit in your business, to prosper in your personal life, to propel into your next level of purpose. Thank you, everybody that was watching. I hope that this was wonderful and helpful.